This is a brand sans site-specific induction which accompanies the company wastewater department induction. Our site minimum PPE is hard hat, high-vis jacket or vest, and safety boots. Additional PPE, such as eye and ear protection, may be identified in your risk assessment or as instructed on the signage in your working area. Currently, we have additional measures for COVID-19 in line with government guidelines. Ensure you wear a mask in the office, use hand sanitizer when entering office, wash hands regularly, and always maintain social distancing. When visiting brand stands, please observe speed limits accessing and when on site. During normal working hours, your contact will be the reception in the facilities building. For out of hours, contact the control room on 01642 496 101 or use the intercom on the access barriers. You must sign in and out at reception on each visit. In the event of a site alarm, the assembly point is located next to the overflow car park. On hearing the alarm, all personnel must leave their vehicles, switching off engines, leave any tools, and walk to the assembly point. Designated site staff are trained to deal with emergency situations. Fire alarms around site are to be used if you discover a fire. Do not attempt to put out a fire. Evacuate the area immediately. The fire alarm will be tested every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Site alarm will be tested the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. There are personnel on site who are first aid trained. Should you be involved in an incident on site, you are required to inform our site reception or control room and your company. A defibrillator is in the reception of facilities building. Use of emergency showers are for all on site. Local sign and directions are in place. There are also welfare facilities such as washrooms, toilets, mess cabins and the permit office in the rear car park. Smoking is not permitted on site, but smoke huts are situated at the end of the facilities building and the end of the RSTC Phase 1 building. Most tasks will require a permit to work, accompanied by your risk assessment documentation. You should discuss and follow instructions on your permit. All work areas are to be cleared on completion of work prior to signing off the permit. CCTV is in operation around site. Requests to view must be submitted in writing to our security alarm monitoring unit situated in our head office. Before you go out onto site, you should be aware that we are a sewage treatment works. Contamination from sewage is not always visible. The use of correct PPE and personal hygiene by washing hands thoroughly is required. Eating is only permitted in mess rooms. Our site is manned 24 hours. Our core hours for Northumbrian water staff and contractors are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Please inform your site contact if working outside these times. You cannot use NWL waste facilities without prior arrangements. Any leaks or spills must be reported, contained, and cleared up immediately. Please use the litter bins provided. Some of the site-specific hazards could include hazardous chemicals in tanks, pipes, and containers. Comply with any warning signs, staff instructions, or details on any permit to work and risk assessments. Ensure Northumbrian Water electrical authorisation is in place and equipment is isolated. Comply with all warning signs and details on permit to work and risk assessment. On-site machinery can start without warning. All guards should be left in place until equipment is isolated as per our lock-off, tag-out permit system. No work to be carried out without a relevant permit to work and a risk assessment in place and comply with all warning signs. If your work area is deemed to be a confined space, You need to be confined space trained by your company and have any health and safety equipment identified on your risk assessment and permit to work. This will include gas detectors and escape PPE. We do have numerous open-top tanks and channels around site. Comply with all signs and instructions. Do not cross any safety barriers. No work to be carried out without a permit to work and/or risk assessments. If your work involves craning or excavation, the agreed area should be barriered off with no through access without authorization. You should not cut through any areas cordoned off on our site. Follow the guidelines and signs for entering hazardous areas. You should have a risk assessment and a permit to work if required. Familiarise yourself with the site's hazardous area plan. Gas zones include advanced anaerobic digestion plant, flare stacks, gas holding bags, biomethane plant. Note, non-intrinsically safe devices cannot be carried into these areas. There is local signage in place. Follow all hazard warning signs. Opening times of liquid waste tankers, including CES septic, are 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 6 a.m. to 12 noon on Saturdays. We also get several heavy goods vehicles on site, including tankers, cranes and load-alls. Please always stick to footpaths and be aware of your surroundings.